All right, so we are live at the Capitol with Congressman Richard Neal, the new chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. Congressman, you just want to tell us about your chairmanship and about the committee here.
Well, the Ways and Means Committee has broad responsibility, recalling that all revenue measures have to originate in the House of Representatives, and within the House of Representatives they have to begin in the Ways and Means Committee. It's the oldest standing committee in Congress. It dates to the establishment of our Constitution in 1789. And it has broad responsibility for taxes, trade, tariffs, Social Security, Medicare, tax portion of Medicaid, management of the public debt, welfare and pensions, and there are only 40 members.
And so, Congressman, do you want to tell us what you're going to be doing now as the Ways and Means Chairman and what issues you're going to be focusing on?
Well, I think that amongst the many issues that we're going to challenge immediately is making sure that we can enshrine the ban on pre-existing condition. The idea that somebody might be born with a debilitating illness and never be able to purchase health insurance strikes me as being unwarranted and unwise. In addition, I also think that we're going to proceed to try to negotiate with the administration a large infrastructure bill for the country. It's been a long time since we've done a major infrastructure bill, and we expect fully to be able to get one done perhaps as early as summer. Retirement savings is a big issue, and I intend to make it easier for people to set aside money that's tax favored for the purpose of retirement, and also protecting the long-time interest I've had in Social Security and Medicare for the American people. Those are important priorities, but there's another element here that I think needs to be considered, and that is that the tax bill that passed in December a year ago never had one hearing, never had one expert witness, in sharp contrast to what Reagan and O'Neill did in 1986. So we intend to have some hearings. We intend to discuss what was put in the tax bill and what was left out of the tax bill. And on that basis, it's been a pretty vigorous year.
And Congressman, you've said before that you would be open to requesting President Donald Trump's tax returns. Is that something that's still on the table? It
is, for sure, and we've indicated that we intend to do that, and it's not based on any sort of revenge. Instead, I think that the argument here is that every American president since Gerald Ford has submitted their tax forms for public view. Important, but also recall that even President Nixon had his tax forms reviewed by the Joint Committee on Taxation. So I think that this is part of a past that the American people just can't accept.
And Congressman, the House is about to vote on a government shutdown bill. Why don't you just give us a preview of things to come on that?
Well, the idea that the government is, at this moment, parts of it shut down when a careful analysis of the facts would suggest the following. 6 of the 7 measures have already passed. All they need is a presidential signature. Republicans and Democrats in the House and the Senate agreed to these measures. The proposal that we have before us is to reopen the government today, pass the 6 bills again, and then have a cooling off period until mid-February for the 7th piece of legislation, wherein lies the dispute, and over the proposed funding for the wall. And I think that technology on a modern basis, coupled with more border agents, would take care of that. But there's also something else to remember here. The administration has not spent but 10% of the previous allocations for their proposal on border security.
And then, Congressman, just finally, what do you want the voters in Springfield and across Western Massachusetts to know as you prepare to take on this new legislative session and this new committee chairmanship?
Well, first of all, I'm eternally grateful. My own steep climb certainly has been helped along by their goodwill and faith. And pretty interesting that it's more than a century and a quarter since a chairman of the Ways and Means Committee has come from Massachusetts. And as I described the responsibilities that the committee has, it is, I think, clearly one of the most important on Capitol Hill.
All right. Thank you so much, Congressman.
Thank you, Shannon.